Fight fans, we here. Fight fans, we here. It's Wednesday night and we rocking this. Mike, what's good? Cadillac Red in the building. Rocket Strikes in the building. Oh shit is in the building. We about to make a fucking killing. What's good? Fight fans, what's up with you? But y'all thought I wasn't coming about this joint? Main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. Shout out to all the boxing fam out there, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. It is Wednesday night, so y'all know what that means. It's our time now. You know what I'm saying? I hope the audio is all good out there, man. I hope y'all having a beautiful week out there, man. We got a rainy night out here in the DMV, man. Let me tell you something. Before we get crack-a-lacking, let me just say this. What the hell is going on at Popeyes? Slim, this new chicken sandwich they got out is driving people insane. Slim, I just left Popeyes a little while ago. I mean, you got people literally in line ready to fight everybody up in that joint because they ran up out of sandwiches. The spicy joints, the original joints, whatever. Hey, I had one of them joints. They all right. They ain't all that. They all right. I could take you to a Mama San spot, man, and give you a way better chicken sandwich than that. But it was all right. Them joints big. They plump. You know what I mean? They got that Popeye spices all up in it. It almost tastes like you eating a chicken biscuit when you eat one of them joints. But Slim, it is driving people insane. I mean, everybody out here trying to get one. You know what I'm saying? I got P. Newell in the building. What's up, famo? What's goody with you, man? Yo, I hope the audio ain't too loud. It look like we kind of peaking. So just let me turn the mic down for a second. And we got a lot of boxing to talk about, man. I can't wait to get into the issues tonight. We got some things to talk about, fight fam. So let's get right into it, shall we? You know what I'm saying? Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the things, and that's going to be Kovalev versus Yarde. We will get to Kovalev versus Yarde. I seen the press conference, and man, I got a lot to talk about when we get to that, man. But for now, let's deal with a few undercard issues, if you will, and we can get this joint started, man. So hold on, let me just kind of clear this screen off. And yeah, man, we about to get this thing underway. You hear me? Let's see what's first on the list tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's first. The first thing I think I do want to talk about is this middleweight situation. Now, we all know what's going down. Sergey Deryevchenko will be taking on none other than Gennady Golovkin. We all know that then they got the deal done. Look like they're gonna be making it go down on October 5th. Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, is now going to have an IBF middleweight championship fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking forward to this fight because now there's some implications about this fight that ain't adding up to me, man. Just let me get the picture up. Here we go. All right. There's some implications about this situation that's not adding up, and it's starting to make me wonder now, will we get a middleweight undisputed champion? At first, I was of sound mind and belief thinking that, if, Gennady Golovkin goes after a title, Canelo Alvarez got pretty much all the rest of the titles. He gets a title. If he can win it, they come together for a total undisputed middleweight championship. It would have been beautiful. I mean, it would have been beautiful. History making, if you will. But now, with the circumstances being what they are, I don't think we're getting that, fight fans. I truly don't. And if it does, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, the situation now, all roads to undisputed, must go through Jermall Charlo. Must go through Demetrius Andrade. Now, I'm looking at Canelo Alvarez, and he's saying that he's looking to make a fight with Sergey Kovalev. He was sending offers to Sergey Kovalev, hoping to win that fight. So clearly, he ain't thinking about Gennady Golovkin right now. Not to mention there's talk out today that even if Gennady Golovkin defeats Sergey Deryevchenko and wins the IBF middleweight title, his old title for that matter, they're saying that Gennady Golovkin still may not go immediately into a fight with Canelo. He have to wait it out. He may take an interim fight in like January or February. It's also being reported that if Gennady Golovkin wins this IBF title, or if Sergey Deryevchenko wins the IBF title, then their next fight will be a voluntary defense. So I don't see this happening. Jermall Charlo now has the WBC belt, the real WBC belt, not that franchise crap that they gave to Canelo Alvarez. And Demetrius Andrade got the WBO. All roads going to lead to them. Yet at the end of the day, Canelo or Gennady Golovkin, neither man is talking about those fighters. I see Canelo talking about Kovalev. Gennady Golovkin now is going to be facing Sergey Deryevchenko, and we will talk more about this fight. But he about to fight him. How the hell are we going to get the undisputed? Riddle me that. How are we going to get the undisputed? I got Chin Smoke in the building. What's up with you? How are we going to get the undisputed? So I'm losing faith in it. I don't see it. I don't see neither man going to Jermall Charlo. And I don't see either man, for that matter, right now embracing Demetrius Andrade. There was a few reports that came out that Canelo may go over and fight Demetrius Andrade, but it ain't happening. He ain't even mentioning that man right now. Stylistically, I think they're afraid of Andrade stylistically, personally. Now, you can think what you want about Demetrius Andrade. He's not the greatest this. He didn't do this. He didn't fight that guy. He didn't prove himself to this guy. He didn't do anything. Say what you want. Styles make fights. Demetrius Andrade is a lengthy mover that works behind length, and he loves to move his feet, and he's agile. Something Gennady Golovkin, something that Canelo Alvarez, for that matter, especially with a bad knee right now, they ain't trying to deal with that. Stylistically, it's not so much that Andrade is the greatest fighter in the world, but stylistically, I don't think they want to deal with that. That's just being honest. This is why they're avoiding Andrade and Charlo like the plague. They don't want to deal with what them boys bringing. You know what I mean? But anyway, this should be a good fight, though. We know we supposed to got this fight, roughly about a year ago or so, when basically the same situation played itself out. The IBF title got vacated. Oh, well, in that case, it was Gennady Golovkin having to deal with the mandatory that he refused to deal with. He didn't want to risk losing that Canelo fight, so he just vacated his belt, and Deryevchenko and Daniel Jacobs went for it. But now in this situation, Canelo has vacated the belt, so these two are fighting for it. The crazy part is, when we talk about, and I don't mean to bring this up, but I got to keep it 100. When we talk about easy roads, I ain't saying Sergey Deryevchenko is a bum. But Gennady Golovkin had the opportunity to fight for either the WBO or the IBF because he was ranked high in both sanctioning bodies. It was his decision. He chose this one. Now, I find it funny. You didn't choose this guy last year, but you choose him this year. And you don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. That's funny. That's funny to me. If we lucky, who knows? And also, wasn't Gennady Golovkin ordered to fight Jamal Charlo too? So he literally took the path of least resistance with this Sergey Deryevchenko fight. He could have took on Jamal Charlo. He could have went over there and took on Andrade with no politics, no polished shit, no politics. But he chose Sergey Deryevchenko. Talk about easy road. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all talking about before we get more into this. Let's see. My man P. Newell says, that will be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Chin Smoke says, what's good, famo? P. Newell says, Canelo is franchise, and that's not even a real belt all day. Like, what the hell is that? That's the mythical belt. The mythical franchise belt. You know what I'm saying? And clearly, I don't know. I mean, we already talked about this before, that dumbass belt. But technically, Jamal Charlo is the champ. I mean, yeah, he didn't fight for it. Yeah, he inherited it, whatever. But he technically is the champ. So I would think for Undisputed, you got to go get the real belt. Not some made-up franchise belt that the WBC want to throw you and say, oh, here you go. Now we can get you out of these mandatory situations. Nah, bruh. None of that. We talking about a real belt. And it has to go through Jamal Charlo. But anyway. Let me see. Rocket Strikes 89 says, Canelo is on the death wish going after Kovalev. Yeah, hey, we going to get to that. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that Canelo feel, for whatever reason, he wants to go all the way up to 175 and face Sergey Kovalev. Like, there's got to be some sort. Does he see a weakness in Kovalev? Does he know something we don't? Does he think that Kovalev is still drinking? I mean, what is it? Why does he so adamant? I mean, where does this even come from? Prior to this Kovalev talk, we was talking about him maybe going up to face a Callum Smith or a Demetrius Andrade at 160 or something. Unifying something. No one never mentioned anything about Kovalev. Like, where did Kovalev talk come from? And why is he so fixated on Kovalev? This is something I'm been baffled over. It's like almost as if Canelo knows something. We're going to get to that Kovalev, and I got a lot to say about Kovalev. But I'm like, what is the fixation with that fight, bro? I don't understand it. Pinu says, Canelo is a briefcase turtleneck boy with the franchise fake belt. He is franchise fake Canelo. He's franchise Canelo. My main man. Well, anyway, back to this fight, man. So, Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Deryevchenko going head-to-head. This should be an explosive fight. This should be something that Madison Square Garden and all the fans that's going to be in attendance should really enjoy, because these two fighters are action-packed fighters. Action-packed fighters. Now, Gennady Golovkin, the thing that I guess he really didn't want to run that risk of losing it, and not getting that Canelo fight last year. But this is, in my opinion, a very winnable fight for Gennady Golovkin. As you know, because this is not a mover or a shaker right here with Sergey Deryevchenko. Now, he ain't the most flat-footed fighter, but Gennady Golovkin, as far as chasing him around the ring, that ain't going to happen. He going to be right there for Gennady Golovkin. We remember that in the Daniel Jacobs and Deryevchenko fight, Deryevchenko was the aggressor for most of that fight, and Daniel Jacobs was the one on his bite. Now, don't get me wrong, Jacobs fought a beautiful fight, but at the end of the day, Deryevchenko was looking to bring noise that entire fight. Jacobs had to get on his bicycle and get behind that jab fast. He was not really he traded with Deryevchenko quite a few times throughout the fight, but for the most part, he was a mover. He was a mover. So I wonder, is Deryevchenko going to keep that same aggressiveness in there with the ultimate aggressive fighter in Gennady Golovkin? I mean, the ultimate aggressive fighter. A man that doesn't get tired, who's always looking to come, hit you harder than you hit him, period. Head movement is garbage. Defense ain't all that. But the man got tremendous power, relentless, and he can take a punch. I wonder. When we look at, Triple G, that last fight that he had with, Steve Rose or whoever the fuck, Steve Rose. So you can't get a good measure on that. Now, at any time, this man is 37 years old. At any time, he can get old in that ring. Now, I ain't seen no signs of slowing down on Gennady Golovkin. I don't see no signs yet. But, I mean, with the way he fights, the amount of punches that he take, I mean, is it going to happen? Will it happen? What fight will it happen? It can happen in any fight. Derevchenko is one of them fighters that's going to push Gennady Golovkin. Now, I don't know if Derevchenko is going to be able to handle Gennady Golovkin's power, but it's going to be an interesting, explosive fight. Early thoughts on it, I'm rocking with Gennady Golovkin. Just because his engine is on 1,000,000. Just because I have seen no signs of declining. I think he is the harder puncher. I think he will be the more aggressor in this fight. I mean, he will back Derevchenko up before Derevchenko backs him up. I haven't seen the David Lemieux version of Gennady Golovkin in quite some time. So I don't know if he going to box, if he going to work behind his jab, and like he showed us in that one particular fight. Haven't seen that dude since. All I seen was the aggressive come forward style of Gennady Golovkin. This would allow Canelo Alvarez to razzle-dazzle his ass. So the point I'm making is I'm rocking with Golovkin. I think he'll be the ultimate tough guy in this fight. I think this is going to be a fight of tough guys. It's going to be two tough dudes right there in front of each other, trading punches. And I think Gennady Golovkin is going to get the best of Sergey Derevchenko. Maybe Andre Rozier will be ready for this situation, but we'll see. See what y'all talking about. Cadillac Red in the building. What's goody, man? 160, undisputed. Oh, this damn thing jumped on me, fam. Damn, apologies for that, bro. I mean, this thing is jumping now, and we're like way ahead in the comment section. I get that. I'll get to that comment again, fam. My fault. Let's see what else we got going on. Rocket Strikes 89 says, I'd rather get my wings with some mumbo sauce. Yeah, all day. Mama San all day. Popeyes with they chicken set. Hey, Slim, Popeyes ain't never. Hey, I could take you to a Mama San. We could get you some chicken wings, dog. And like, I ain't talking about the mumbo sauce. Hey, but when you talk the mumbo sauce, Rocket Strike, not the red. I need the orange. I need the orange. Some people like the red. I need the orange. Man, I could take you to a spot that you will pay half of the money for those wings and then that Popeye's chicken sandwich. Popeye's chicken to me is weak. Dog, you get a 3-piece, that shit be like $13 for like a wing this big. You know what I mean? But anyway, we talking boxing. Let's keep it going, man. I'm just saying, I can take you to a Mama San and you'll never go to Popeyes ever again all day. Okay, here we go. Cadillac Red says 160, undisputed. I doubt it will with all of these hands in the pot all day. Man, I had hopes for it, though. I really did, man. I thought we was right there. Fam. I was rooting for it. I was actually backing Canelo in this campaign when he was saying, Gennady Golovkin, get a belt, and we fight each other. Simple. We can go for undisputed. I was with that, man, but now I don't see it, son. I don't see it at all. Brother Reality in the building. What's up, fam? What's goody? You on the money all day. Appreciate that. Baza Boxing UK. Kovalev is going to body Yarde. I don't think so, bruh. We gonna get to that, Baza Boxing. We gonna definitely get that. Matter of fact, I don't know if there's much left to say about this for right now, but other than the fact that I'm rocking with Gennady Golovkin, October 5th, Madison Square Garden. This is going to be a good fight. You know what I mean? Once again, another situation here where you got a DAZN fighter fighting a Al Heyman fighter, right? Because this Derevchenko with Al Heyman, right? So why they can't do this with Charlo? Why they can do this with Derevchenko with Al Heyman fighter, but they can't do this with Charlo? That's hilarious, ain't it? That's funny as hell, Joe. This picking and choosing is getting out of hand, man. Ain't nobody even noticing that. Like, oh, you can send, they were getting there with Derevchenko, an Al Heyman fighter. But then when you mention Jamal Charlo, it's like, well, who's he beat? He ain't beat nobody. He ain't did this and he ain't did that. All these crappy excuses start coming out the woodworks. The man was a former champion at 154. Former champion. And they won't give him the time of day, but this is the second time that Sergey Derevchenko, Al Heyman fighter, gets to fight for a world title at middleweight. Man, that's jokes. That's big jokes. You know what I'm saying? Big jokes. Triple J says, a 37-year-old out of his prime, Triple G don't want that smoke. Hey, man, I hope he's ready to go. I mean, if he's anything like the Triple G that left us, like I say, the Steve Rose fight, not the greatest measure in the world, but if he's anything like the former Triple G that left us prior to his hiatus for a minute, I mean, I think he should get rid of Derevchenko. That's what I think. Rocket Strikes 89 says Canelo can be fixated all he wants. That's dead. Kovalev is taller, bigger, stronger, and he can box and knock you out. Remember, Mikey was fixated with Spence all day. I agree. I mean, Canelo sees something, man. Canelo knows something and he sees something. Maybe it's just a daring to be great type thing, but he sees something. And y'all got to remember, when Canelo goes up in these weights and he fights, if he loses, well, he don't lose no belts. He ain't losing his 160 belts. A loss for Canelo up at a higher weight really doesn't do much for him. He'll come out, I was supposed to lose. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. The weight was too much for me, but I'm still world champion down at 160. But Canelo, man, Canelo knows exactly what he's doing, man. He knows exactly what he's doing all day. Silver Salomo in the building. What's up, homie? What's goody with you, man? Triple J says, Triple G has definitely slowed down. Well, if he slowed down too much, Derevchenko is going to be right there, bruh. He's going to be right there, for real. He better not slow down, man. Real talk. Facts, man. Too much politics, too much polished shit, and too much politics. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it goes, man. So we'll see how this goes, man. Don't forget, tune in. October 5th is going down. If you can make the fight at Madison Square Garden, be there, man. You're going to get your money's worth, I think, with this one. It's going to be action-packed, and it's going to be something to see, man, all day. So let's get done with that one, man. Also, just before we move on to the next one, I don't know if y'all heard, man, Caleb Truax versus Peter Quillen is off. It is off. You know what I mean? Caleb Truax has injured his Achilles, and don't look like we're going to get that fight fans. Don't look like it's going to happen. Look like my man has injured his Achilles, and he re-aggravated the injury that he had before, actually, the Peter Quillen fight. So, man, it's kind of messed up, man. As a matter of fact, I believe I pulled up the article on it, man. Yeah, he injured himself, man, and now they talking about something. He got a bad Achilles, and you know, the first fight, he opted not to go into surgery. He opted for some non-surgical therapy or whatnot, and he walked around with a boot on his foot for a few weeks, and, you know, that got him to the Peter Quillen fight, the first fight. Even though that fight only lasted 2 rounds, it's seeming like, you know, he ain't good enough to go this time around. It seems like in training camp, he re-injured that same injury, and now he's just going to take his time and go off and get the surgery. However, they saying that Peter Quillen still wants to show up for that card. Now, this thing was supposed to go down on August 31st. August 31st. Here we are at, the 21st. That's 10 days away. I don't see them find a late replacement for Peter Quillen unless they take a trip on down to the liquor store, you know what I'm saying, and get old Earl in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he go down to the liquor store and find one of them dudes that's standing out front, they just throw him with some boxing gloves on, put him in the ring, let Quillen deal with him and move right along. That's how they looking at it. But this is kind of messed up, and I know Peter Quillen got to be holding his head kind of low because, the Truax situation was for a mandatory spot for the IBF. The winner of this fight would have been the mandatory to Caleb Plant. So they would have had an opportunity at a world title. Peter Quillen already got let down once. Now he's going to have to get let down again. Let's go to the article just real quick, and we'll get on to the next one. But yeah, man, they're saying that the dude is now diagnosed with a high-grade partial thickness tear of the Achilles tendon on his right ankle. Damn, dog, I was looking forward to this fight, man. Caleb Truax, I was looking forward to the first one. The way that first one ended, man, I was super disappointed. I mean, super disappointed. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. It says that Truax had first suffered that injury in March. According to the press release issued by his team, the timeline puts the starting point 1 month ahead of his first bout with Quillen. So there you go right there, man. It says that according to them, and it says they got them in quotes, I've been training hard every day. I've always prided myself on pushing through injuries. But I know my body, and I know when enough is enough. I'm disappointed because this was a huge opportunity to take a big step towards regaining my IBF super middleweight title, man. That's real unfortunate, man. Real unfortunate. So, man, I know Peter Quillen got to be a little pissed off too. I mean, but, you know, this is boxing. Injuries are part of the sport. It is what it is. So I'm sure Peter Quillen got to be a little disappointed by that also because, shit, he was on his way to a title shot. And Peter Quillen need that relevance. He needs it bad. Because far as when it comes from a relevant standpoint, well, guess what? Peter Quillen ain't in the conversation and ain't been in the conversation in a long time. Lala D in the super chat. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I appreciate that love all day from the homie, main man, made man. Much love to you, Lala D. Much love to you. And yeah, man. So I was hoping that Peter Quillen could have got back in the mix, and I thought a fight like this would have honestly may have gotten him in the mix. All right, one more thing before we get to Kovalev Yarde. Just one more subject that I really want to talk about, and that is Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. We know it's going down. Now, I was reading an article a little earlier, and they got Deontay Wilder in quotes. And they asked him the question of basically, why are you rematching Luis Ortiz? And I remember I answered this question in the video. And I did a video about this, and I told people out there, I said, well, this was before Wilder even said something. So to see that Wilder comes out and validate this makes me feel pretty good. And that's Deontay Wilder went on a thing, and he said, look, man, the reason that I'm rematching Luis Ortiz, everybody wants to know, is because of the controversy that the commentators and a lot of the fans had put out there. Oh, the ref gave me extra time. All the excuses. Because I remember how it went down right after that fight. I remember exactly how it went down after that fight. I seen videos. I told y'all, I came here on YouTube. I see video after video. Deontay Wilder, the ref helped him. Oh, the ref did this. The ref did that. Everybody helped Deontay Wilder. Oh, they cheated for him. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I heard this all day, all night. So if anybody out there said, well, Luis Ortiz is old and Wilder already done that and blah, blah, y'all created that monster. That avenue was created by boxing fans and those weak-ass commentators that they had on the fight that night. They created that argument. So when you wonder why he is rematching Luis Ortiz, you got to blame the fans. You fans and all the uploaders that made the videos, how they played the still shots and the replays of the ref helping Deontay Wilder. You say this, and then you wonder why he goes in there and try to rematch this guy. Let's get to the quote real quick, man, if I can. Let's get to this quote, man. This is crazy, man. So according to Deontay Wilder, he says, and I quote, with Ortiz, there was controversy about if they gave me more time to recover. You know, the first time around, the commentators did a lot of damage. They made it seem like when the referee called me over, he was giving me extra energy or extra time to breathe. I don't know where they got that from, but some people ran with that all day. Couldn't agree with the man more. Besides that, another reason why I'm fighting Ortiz is because no one else wants to fight him. They always say he's old, but no one at the top is giving him his opportunity. Of course, I've got ties to Ortiz, dealing with his daughter, a rare skin condition, and my daughter, spina bifida, I can't pronounce it. So that's the reason I blessed him the first time. I'll be honored to bless him again because none of these guys want to fight him. I'll beat him a second time and then come to Tyson Fury, end quote. So there you have it, plain and simple. Plain and simple. When you wonder why Deontay Wilder is rematching Luis Ortiz, and if you were an uploader that made a video talking about this man had extra time, oh, the ref held him up, grabbed his shoulders, put him in a wheelchair, and then rolled him over there and asked him, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you want to continue? Okay, get up out the wheelchair, here go your boxing gloves, and go on and fight. Matter of fact, go to the corner and just take off 3 minutes. That's what y'all was saying. P. Newell in the super chat. Thank you, family. Much love to you, famo. Much love to you. I want the rematch with the King Kong, and I still do believe the referee helped him, man, for real. So you think so too, P. Newell? See? But if you think that, P. Newell, you know what I mean? At least you did come out in your first sentence and say, hey, I want the rematch. There's a lot of people questioning the rematch, and they know, and they're the ones that made those same type of assumptions. You can't make those assumptions and then say, I don't want to see the rematch. You feel me? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So at least you did come out and say, yo, I want to see the rematch though, because I believe that the ref helped him. Don't be one of them people that say, oh, I don't want to see the rematch, but yeah, the ref helped him. That argument is out there. So this is exactly the reason why the man says, yo, why I'm rematching Luis Ortiz. And there you have it. There you have it. Plain as that. Other than the daughter, and of course he feels for the man. Nobody will give him an opportunity. And I think whenever Deontay Wilder says nobody wants to give Luis Ortiz a shot at the top, I think what he's really saying is Luis Ortiz can't make the money to really take care of his people, his daughter, his family, whoever, the way he needs to take care of them. And so I'm going to give him the shot. I'm going to make sure my man gets some money. I'm going to make sure he get paid. And people walking around here talking bad about the champ when this man is looking out for another man when he ain't even got to. He stopped Luis Ortiz. He ain't got to do this. And y'all got the nerve to run around and want to talk bad about this man. This make no sense to me. You can call him all the names you want. But when the last time you heard any fighter in today's boxing, I'm not even going to limit it to one heavyweight, any fighter in today's boxing come out and say, yo, I'm going to look out for this man because I know he need a check. I'm going to look out. I'm going to fight this man. I don't care who say what because I know he need to feed his family. He need to take care of his daughter. How many people do that in today's boxing? I don't see it. That's an old school mentality. That's how a lot of the old school fighters did. They paid for each other funerals. You know what I mean? They helped each other get boxing licenses. Those who were champions and in higher positions pulled strings for a lot of the underdogs. People that we think that were boxing like arch nemesis looked out for each other. I got my man Orlando Finney in the building. What's up, famo? That's my brother right there. You know, and so that's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's an old school mentality right there. To see another fighter look out for another fighter. You don't see that. It's rare in today's boxing. Today's boxing is I'm going to make my money and keep it to myself, and all I care about is me and mine. You don't see fighters doing what Deontay Wilder is doing. So for anybody who want to question this man and wonder why he's rematching Luis Ortiz, you know why now. Plain is that. Let's see what y'all talking about before we move along. Rocket Strike says, I love the rematch. King Kong could get him, though, all day. And that's what makes it so special. Like, the dude almost lost to this man in the first fight. He could have honestly lost that fight. Wilder could have lost that fight. But what does he do? He goes right back into the fire. Ain't no bad blood. He goes right back into the fire just to make it certain. Man, come on, man. That's some G shit. Boxing Logics, what's up with you? What's goody? Never heard a fighter/champion ever in my life say that. Have you? A fighter champion say what? What he said about the ref? What you talking about? Let me know. DGO says, and to think that Ortiz could have been the one heading to Saudi Arabia. That's true. He turned that money down, and I'm not going to sit here and make no excuses for him. I'm not going to make not one. They dropped the ball with that one all day. P. Newell again in the super chat. Much love to you, family. Much love. You're right, main man. Nobody but Wilder will help. King Kong, that is a shame. All day. And this is why you got to respect Wilder. You ain't got to like him. You ain't got to like him at all. He ain't got to be your favorite fighter. You ain't got to have posters of Wilder on your bedroom wall. All you got to do is respect him. Respect that man. Feeding another man's family when he ain't got to. Damn. Real talk, man. Real talk. I got my homie Renee Box Young in the building. What's up, homie? What's goody with you, man? What's up with you? I am going to the Lion in the camp for Saturday, man. Lions in the camp. It's time to move on to this subject. If y'all want to talk more about Wilder, you keep talking about it. I'll keep talking about it. But in the meantime, between time, let's move on. Lions in the camp. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. I can't wait to talk about this one right here. Shawty, we talking about Sergey Kovalev versus my main man, Anthony Yarde. Let's just keep it a buck, fight fans. And this is something I'm going to ask y'all off the top. Is he ready? Is Yarde ready? That is the golden question. Let's get him up on the screen before we start this. Here we go. Is he ready? That is the golden question. We're talking about a fighter that literally has 12 amateur fights. 11 of them he stopped. We're talking about a fighter that only has 18 professional fights. 17 of them he stopped. Going to the backyard of one scary dude and Sergey Kovalev. No question. Hell of a fighter. Lunchbox. Crazy dude. Hell of a fighter, though. Got to give him that when he on his A game. Is Yarde ready? Is Yarde ready? He seems like he hungry. He seems like he's starving. The question is he ready? Before I get into it, let me see what y'all got to say. Just answer that for me, fight fans, before I start giving my real spiel on this. Boxing Logic says, why don't he just loan him $500,000 then? I think it's because Ortiz is a in-house and Heyman is buying more time. Nah, I don't think that. If that was the case, there's many other fighters he could have bought time with. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other. You don't go in there with a dangerous ass fighter like Luis Ortiz to waste time. That don't make sense, bro. You going when you going. You got to remember, Luis Ortiz almost stopped this man. He was like that close from stopping this man. Why don't he loan him $500,000? Man, why would he loan him $500,000? Why don't he just get a man a job? Would you rather loan someone money or give them a job? He is literally giving Luis Ortiz a job. And a damn good paying job at that. He's making Luis Ortiz got to take care of his own family. Wilder's just presenting the opportunity. That's all this is. I can't, I think that's a good thing what he doing, man. For real. Get them likes up for me. Hit the thumbs up for me on the way in. If you didn't hit it, if you're just finding out for me and just seeing me for the first time, hit the subscribe button. If this first time rolling through this channel, hit that bell icon. And most importantly, hit that thumbs up. It's Wednesday night, man. We doing this on the work night. You hear me? Let's see, man. Renee Box Young says the thing here is Yarde got speed and power. Kovalev is not prime anymore, but has great experience with the Kovalev having been down before. Yarde may take Kovalev down all day. Don Dada, what's up, famo? He say, yo, I got Yarde all day. Orlando Finney, Yarde is going to get that belt. Kovalev is on his way out the door. God damn. Cadillac Red say his swag say he ready. Salute, fam. Salute all day. Hey, I'm going to tell you something, man. My man Yarde swag be on the belly. You hear me? Hey, man. I'm going to tell you like this. This is an experience versus youth type fight. The hunger of Anthony Yarde versus the experience of Sergey Kovalev. This is a fight that a lot of us did not think that, honestly, I didn't think Frank Warren would do this. When I first heard this announced, I thought Frank Warren was joking. But I was like, damn, he really did it. And he's really going into Russia to try to beat Sergey Kovalev. Man, he really doing it. I'm shocked. I'm honestly shocked. But the question that I got to have, no doubt about it, Kovalev probably is the more skillful fighter. Yarde is still learning on the job. Let's just keep it a hundred. He's still learning on the job. Kovalev is the more experienced fighter. But the question that we got, Kovalev's age, and most importantly, Kovalev's mental. I mean, he just recently fresh off a scandal where he throwing money at a woman trying to kiss her up on a plane. They had to toss him up off the plane. Prior to that, he's stalking women, popping up at their crib, kicking the dog, smacking the cat, spitting in the fish tank. You know what I mean? Then on top of that, when she kick his ass out, he hiding in the bushes. So I don't know where Kovalev's brain is right now. That's my burning question. You could be skilled all the shit, but if your mental ain't there, I'm telling you, and I'm listening to Anthony Yarde in interviews, and one thing that he took as a big deal, and a lot of people don't talk about this as much no more, but he's seen Sergey Kovalev pull away first from the face-off, and I seen that too, and it was a significant pull away. Like, man, Anthony Yarde said if I had to stand there for 3 days and stare him down in the eyes, I would have stood there. I ain't giving him no chinks in my armor. And Kovalev went. It was the same type of turn away that I seen in the first Andre Ward fight. If y'all go back and look at the Ward face-offs, Kovalev couldn't look Ward in the eyes for too long. And it almost seemed like that here. He turned away too fast. He was first to turn away. He always put that little smile out there like I'm just happy to be here type smile. But I'd be like, yo, I be seeing through that shit, bro. He pulled away first. He really did. He really did. Now, let's see what Anthony Yarde. I got a quote down here from Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde says the vibration, and I quote, the vibration that I am getting is that he doesn't really want to fight me. He's thinking this guy only has 18 professional fights. He only had 12 amateur fights, and I'm a future Hall of Famer. I can't let this kid come and beat me, but that's what's going to happen. Yarde goes on to say, where I've come from, I rose very quickly to be here. I'm happy to be at this level, and I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to focus on myself, be the best I can be, and get the knockout victory, because that's what I feel I need to do to win the fight. He says he believes he needs a knockout to win the fight. What you think, they going to rob you over there in Russia, homie? Oh, shit, now. That might happen. You know, Russia ain't too cool, man. They be doing other things over there. According to Sergey Kovalev, he says, and I quote, he calls himself a lion, lions in the camp, but to me, he is a cub. He is still young. He goes on to say he has a good knockout rate. He thinks that he'll knock me out, but on Saturday, we'll show everybody what we will be. End quote. Anthony Yarde says he wants to stop Sergey Kovalev. He wants to stop. And I got my brother, Monty Brown TV, in the building. What's up, homie? What's goody with you, Monty? What's up, man? I miss you on this platform, family. I miss you on this platform. You got to understand, man, Yarde is going over there hungry, starving. He wants, most importantly, and I don't know how people are going to take this, but whatever. The one thing that I do get from Anthony Yarde, he is really trying to impress the Americans. I mean, he speaks highly of America. That's why America is falling in love with Anthony Yarde. Other than the fact that he got that swag, he got that American swag out here, you hear me? Other than that, yo, he speaks highly. He's inspired in a way by America. And we are opening our arms to Anthony Yarde, believe it or not. To all of my UK brethren out there. Just know America is really opening their arms to Anthony Yarde. This will be one of the few fighters that we all love. It's something about him. You know, every time I see him in an interview, every time I see him working out, it's like positive vibes around him or something. You know what I mean? Like, he's always in good spirits. He's never down. Even if he doesn't come off a super stellar performance, he's still like never down. He's always inspired. He seems like he's always willing to learn. He got a lot of good things going for him inside that ring. Power in both hands. A devastating left hook. A devastating left hook. Tremendous power. The man got 18 fights with 17 knockouts. He does get hit a little too much. That Philly shell that he like to use is questionable. He's inspired by Floyd Mayweather. So he tends to try to fight in that, that shoulder roll Philly shell style, but he gets tagged up too much. He's too bulky to move as nearly as fluid that he has to do to really use that style. You remember when James Toney used to use that style, how bulky he was, but he was so slick. As for Anthony Yarde, I think he's just a little too muscular to be nearly as slick to use that style properly. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter, man. And I got a lot of love for this dude, man. Hit that like button for the fam, man. Hit that like button for the fam. Low blow champ in the building. What's up, homie? Yarde ain't felt no power like that. If he can survive the power, he might be able to take it. And that's the thing about Sergey Kovalev that I wonder, that does concern me for this fight for Yarde. See, Sergey Kovalev is a rangy fighter. I always say I believe that Sergey Kovalev throws the best jab to the stomach in boxing. Nobody throws a jab to the stomach like Sergey Kovalev. And he loves to fight from distance. He loves to let his hands fly from distance. But the one thing that I'm wondering, will Sergey Kovalev's stamina hold up in this fight? If Sergey Kovalev still been drinking, if he's still been fucking with that bottle, it's no way he gonna last 12. It's no way. Y'all need to take a page out of Andre Ward's playbook and work the midsection and see if this man's been drinking. That's the way you'll tell. Hit him in the gut for the first 4 rounds, and let's see if he can make it through 7. That's what Ward figured out. When Ward got that intel from John David Jackson, and he told him, oh, yeah, yo, the man's still drinking. Ward knew right there, got him. Got him. I'm going to the in this rematch, I'm tearing his body up. And that's exactly what happened. Kovalev bending all over, couldn't take those body shots, looked like he was ready to vomit or something. And that's exactly what Anthony Yarde needs to test and see if Kovalev's been doing this. Let's get to some of the more of the comments. Monty Brown TV says, like that Godfather picture in the background, big bruh, all day. Hey, Monty, let me tell you and the fans something. Check this out. This particular poster in the middle, think about it. Look at everybody on that poster. That is all of my favorite movie gangsters right there, dog. You got the Godfather, right? You got the Casino crew in the back on the right there. On the left, you got the Sopranos crew. You see Tony, you see Chrissy, you see all of them right there in the corner. And then you see in the main chair, you got my man Scarface sitting in the main chair right there. And then to the left, you got his Michael Corleone's brother on the left right there sitting in the chair. You hear me? All my favorite gangsters from all my favorite gangster flicks right there. And The Sopranos, one of my favorite shows, so they had to get in the picture too. But that picture right there, hey, I got nothing but love for that joke myself, famo. Renee Box Young says, yeah, y'all was giving that look down your soul look. He was, man. He was. He was trying to read that man's DNA. And Kovalev pulled away. Crazy, Kovalev didn't take much physical damage from the Ward fights. Ward mentally took Kove's prime away. Not only did he mentally beat him, because he stood up to the bully, but the fact that when he got that intel and he found out that Kovalev was still drinking, at least allegedly that's what John David Jackson was saying. That was it, bruh. You cannot be drinking and going into a 12-round fight on the elite level. No fucking way. And with the hunger of Anthony Yarde, man, he better pay attention to that, bruh. He better pay close attention to that, man. You know what I mean? Renee Box Young says, Big Monty shouts all day. Shout out to my main man, Monty Brown. Renee Box Young says, most deaf, Yarde looks really real. As opposed to AJ, Yarde looks real, all heart. Hey, UK, y'all better if this kid beat Kovalev, man, y'all better get behind this dude, man. Because we embracing him. This dude can go to the top. I mean, with a bullet. We embracing him over here. We like his swag. We like how he shows the love to the Americans. And that's something that a lot of the UK fighters can honestly learn. If you want to get love on both sides of the water, take a page out of Anthony Yarde's playbook. He came correct. Now all he got to do is win. But I like him, man. The thing is also, man, I think Kovalev is a better lead-off fighter. Like when he leads off first, whether he stabs you downstairs or stabs you up top and then reacts off to your counter, like I think Kovalev is exceptional at that. Now, I think Yarde's strong point, I think he throws a hell of a good counter left hook. So the question is, can he counter left hook over Kovalev's jab? That's the golden question. Somebody said it earlier. Can Yarde take the punches of Kovalev? And that's the thing about this fight that also makes it so intriguing. We don't know because the kid's still learning. We don't know. It's all guessing right now. We've seen how he wiped the floor with all of the lower level fighters. But now we're on the elite level. This is the kid's first fight on this level. So we really don't know. We kind of still guessing. It's fights like this that nobody knows. No one will give you the right answer because we still learning. I've looked at a lot of Anthony Yarde's fights. I'd say out of his 18 fights, I've probably seen at least, give or take 12 to 13 of them. And I got to tell you, he is still learning on the job. He has nowhere near reached his full potential yet. I just don't know if it's too early, man. I just don't know if it's too early, bro. Hey, Renee Box Young says, Low Blow Champ says, but Cove is still dangerous all day. I definitely believe he's still dangerous. I mean, look what he just did to Elian Alvarez. I think they should have broke that trilogy, man. They should have did a trilogy with that situation right there. But he came back in that second fight with Alvarez, man, and he fought like the Kovalev that we know. That was the Kovalev that beat up on Bernard Hopkins right there. That was the Kovalev right there. Now, I also was planning to this fight, we all know, that, like I just told y'all earlier, Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev is also playing out in the background. Canelo Alvarez attempted to fight Sergey Kovalev. He even sent him an offer. The problem is that the offer wasn't big enough, because in order for Canelo to get Sergey Kovalev now, Kovalev would have to pay off Anthony Yarde. He would have to pay off Bob Arum. He would have to probably throw some money towards Frank Warren. He got to give all this step-aside money out and then collect his purse. So he just figured like, yo, we'll wait. We'll just wait it out. According to Sergey Kovalev, and he says, and I quote, "Yes, we had an offer, a substantial one. It is too early to talk about that. Let's talk about that after Saturday." He's talking about the Canelo fight. "My primary task is to defend the title. If the fight is still interesting for Canelo, then okay." But Canelo literally sent that money over to Kovalev, and like Kovalev just said, it was a substantial offer. So if Kovalev didn't probably have to deal with paying out all that money, he probably would have took the fight. That puts Gennady Golovkin back at the back of the line. That puts Demetrius Andrade at the back of the line. That puts Jamal Charlo to the back of the line. He's already booking himself up for Sergey Kovalev. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I mean, Anthony Yarde is literally trying to spoil the plans of Sergey Kovalev. He is trying to not only shut him down, but who knows? I doubt it very seriously, but if Yarde beat Kovalev, will Canelo call out Yarde? I don't think he want that type smoke. And I think Yarde honestly is the more stronger fighter in this fight. I mean, Kovalev is what, 37, 38 years old? He up there, man. He up there. I think Yarde is just too strong. And most importantly, he has power in both hands. I've seen him hurt fighters with the left and the right. This kid can be something special. I'm rooting for him. I can't say wholeheartedly that he wins. I'm rooting for him that he wins. And I like his mentality. I like just the way he approaching his fight game. He's going to Russia. He's going to the backyard of Kovalev with no hesitation. The man put up no walls, no obstacles, no nothing. He even said he went over to Russia. He ain't even had no hot water. He put up with all that just to go and face Sergey Kovalev in his backyard. Win, lose, or draw. He's already gained respect from me for even just taking this fight and not putting up no obstacles to do it. He could have set out 2 more fights and went and fought 2 more UK bums. Easy. Frank would have probably did it, but he didn't. He said, I want Cove. And I want him now. Yeah, I'm young. Yeah, I got 18 fights. Yeah, I only got 12 amateur fights. But me and my coach believe in each other. We believe in ourselves because lines are in the camp. I love it. I love it, man. Man, go ahead, Anthony Yarde. Do your dizzle, cuzzo. Do your dizzle, man. I hope you go over there and get that win, bruh. For real, man. For real. Let's see here. Triple J says politics and politricks. Remember, don't forget Russian Gate was happening at that time. Russian versus American, and Ward gets 2 gift decisions. You call it whatever you want, bruh. That first one was tight, but Ward won that second one. Your man quit. He bending all over. What was up with the theatrics that he pulled out in that fight? Bending all over, looked like he tying his shoe. Like all that extra shit he was doing. The ref stopped it. Like, what are you doing, cuz? You bending all over and doing all this. You must be hurting. What's wrong with you? I ain't never see you do this in a fight. No. Ward ain't get no gift decision. Kovalev shouldn't have been so theatrical with it. When are you going to put that at Kovalev's feet and say, yo, what was up with all the bending all over and all that grabbing? You know what I mean? What was up with all that? He was done, cuz. He was done. He had nothing left in the tank. Ward beat that body up. And that's exactly what Yarde needs to do. Especially when you got news stories out here that allude to that something ain't right with Kovalev. He getting thrown off planes. He can't even sit on the plane. You can't take him nowhere. Can't take him nowhere. Everywhere he go, he lunching. And this tells me like this, and this happened right before the fight. Kovalev needs to, Anthony Yarde need to test it out. He need to see what you've been doing. Let me hit your stomach a little bit, and let's see how you react. Because we seen it when we caught that intel from the War fight. Well, you ain't react too cool. You did. Cadillac Red says, Yarde learned from AJ. He showed him what not to do. Exactly. Never underestimate your opponent, first and foremost. And I don't see this man doing that. He is looking into the soul of Kovalev. He wants that belt. He wants that relevance. He wants that love. Most importantly, he wants the recognition. And he knows in order for him to do it, this is the moment. Beating a guy like Sergey Kovalev when you only have 18 fights and 12 amateur fights. His coach, Atunde Ajayi, believes in him. Says, man, this is what I do. I make champions. This is what Atunde say. I got love for Atunde Ajayi. Some call him arrogant. Some say, oh, he talks, a little too arrogant for me. I love him, man. He positive, uplifting as hell. That's why they hyped over there. Lions in the camp. They hyped over there because of the positive vibes that they always seem to get, always seem to have. And I think that's going to translate very well into a fight. I'm looking at Anthony Yarde at this press conference, and I'm looking at his poise. He ain't rattled. He ain't nervous. He ain't stuttering over words. He ain't, looking like a deer in the headlights. He over there with full confidence and hunger. If Sergey Kovalev loses to this kid, it's not going to be good for him, man. It's not going to be good for him. And it's not going to be good for him. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. And maybe this puts pressure. I don't want to psych myself out. So I'm just going to say this. Kovalev, I'm predicting that Sergey Kovalev is going to win. But I want to be upsetted. I'm going to say Sergey Kovalev should win this fight. He is the more skillful guy, right? Experience, right? He should win this fight. So if he loses this fight to this kid, well, that's going to be a major shock to the world, ain't it? Major shock. It's no way he should be in his own backyard in Russia, in his own time zone, around his own people. He got hot water in his room. And he shouldn't lose this fight. So Kovalev should win. He should win. And I think he may win. But Anthony Yarde, if you win this fight, my respect level for Yarde is going to go through the roof. I mean, through the roof. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to put it like that. You should win, Sergey Kovalev, right? You should. We'll see. Not to mention that, Yarde does get touched a lot, too. Yarde does get touched a lot. Lala D says, it's funny because nobody knows what to expect at all, Lala D. At all. You only can be happy that the kid is doing what he's doing. You only can respect what he's doing. That's all you can do. You can say I respect Yarde for what he's doing, but I truly don't know because we haven't seen him on this level. And we haven't seen how he would operate on this level or how he operates if he gets touched by such a hard puncher as Sergey Kovalev. These are all unknowns. And so people could try to break this down as best as they can. Oh, well, he does this well and he does that. It's all unknowns. And now, after this fight, maybe you can get a better measure on Anthony Yarde, and you can then go out in your next few videos with full prediction videos, confident because you know exactly what to expect from this kid in his future fights. Yarde in his future fights. Monty Brown says, Yarde picked Spence to beat Brook. That's when I knew he was on. He was on, man. I'm going for Yarde, but I think Kovalev still pulls it off with Buddy McGurk in his corner all day. And, I'm sure Buddy McGurk, wouldn't allow the drinking and all that stuff, but you can't control Kovalev when he ain't with you. Kovalev is just that type of dude. What he gonna do, what he gonna do. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I'm expecting Kovalev to win too, Monty. I'm expecting that. But if Yarde disappoint in the year of upsets, this is a year of upsets. If Yarde does this, that just will make me respect him more because I wasn't expecting him to win. You know what I'm saying? All day. All day. Lala D says, don't bet too much money then, man. All day. Not for this one. It's just too much unknowns into this fight. You know what I'm saying? Just too much. I mean, the kid is young, he's strong, but you fight in the backyard of an experienced fighter, but he got a drinking problem. He has a lunchbox. Just way too many variables here, man. Just way too many variables. Boxing Logic United says Yarde don't have Ward's skill or experience. If he wins this, it will be a major upset. So you feeling like me, fam. You feeling like me. You like, look, he shouldn't win, right? He shouldn't. I think all of us are saying this. No fighter with 12 amateur fights and 18 professional fights should be beating a world champion who's got a decent resume for that matter. Shouldn't be happening. So let's see if Yarde can go out here and beat all the expectations. And I hope to see that. Truth be told, I hope to see that all day. All day. Triple J says, if the boxing community knows Ward is dirty, so do the judges and refs, but not versus Kovalev during Russiagate. Come on, man. All of a sudden, Ward dirty, man. Ward came, he saw, he conquered, he's retired. It's over with, you dig? I mean, he had 2 chances. I guess it was Russiagate in 2 fights, right? Come on, Triple J. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, Renee Box Young says, I smell retirement if Yarde wins. I think he'll have no choice unless he's trying to get in there with Bivol. He don't want to get in there with Bivol. You know what I mean? He's been avoiding Bivol this whole time. So, I mean, Bivol called him out so many times. Unless he's willing to take that fight, if Bivol's still willing to give it to him, we'll see. We'll see. Salah Farah, what's up with you? Main man in the building all day. Salah, what's up with you? Boxing Logic says, hope Yarde isn't overconfident. If he loses this fight badly, I wonder how will he handle it? That's a good question. That's a very good question. If Yarde loses this fight, how will he handle it? And I don't want it to hurt his confidence. I don't want it to mess his confidence up. I want him to stay on the course, stay on the track. Every, minor setback for a major comeback. Keep that mindset. I don't think he'll beat himself up. He may be disappointed. He may be down in the dumps for a few days, but he just seemed like a positive type dude where he can pick himself up. Not to mention he has an uplifting coach in Atunde Ajayi who can lift him up also. And I don't think Atunde Ajayi give up on this kid. They got a good thing going, man. So I hope not, and I hope it doesn't destroy his confidence if he loses, but I truly believe that win, lose, or draw, that Anthony Yarde is going to give a valiant effort. You know what I mean? Win, lose, or draw. Let's see. Triple J says, if Yarde loses this fight against an aged Kovalev, what's his next move? Get walloped by Bivol. Who? So Kovalev or Yarde? You saying Yarde gonna get walloped by Bivol? Man, look, I think Bivol that dude at that weight class. I've been calling for Bivol versus all of them for a long time now. I think Bivol is the man. You know what I'm saying? All day. Lala D says same here. Or even if Yarde loses but gives a good fight. Yeah, I'm still going to have respect. See, y'all got to understand something, man. Yarde has already won respect from a lot of people by just taking this fight and doing what he's doing, by going into the backyard of Sergey Kovalev. He's already won the respect of a lot of fight fans just by doing this. You get me? This is why, I hate to bring this up because I know where it's going to start, so I'm not talking about this. I'm just going to bring it up for a brief second. But this is why a lot of the Earl Spence Jr. fans likes him so much, because of the way he won his title. You know what I mean? He went over to UK and he took it up off Kale in his backyard. Same way Kale came over here, took it up off Sean in his backyard. When a fighter goes into your backyard and take the title off, it's special, man. It's special. Not only will you will have your fan base riding with you, but you winning more fans. Because when you go into another fighter's backyard and take it from him, it's something about that. And you beat him in front of his people. I know. I just went through it with Jared Hurd. Witnessing him get beat down right in front of my eyes, in front of the whole city. It's something magical about that. You dig? That's why J-Rock feels so proud right now. That's why J-Rock is on his high horse. Like, yeah, I'm calling shots now. Because I beat you in front of your people. It's something special about that, fight fans. And I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? I love it. Boxology says, expect a boxing lesson using conventional wisdom. But like you said, Canelo and Yarde, people must be spying on him and think he is for the taking. That's what I don't understand. It's got to be, dog. The only weakness that Sergey Kovalev has shown over the years hasn't been his boxing ability. He's sharp as shit. He's sharp as attack. it's been his out of the ring antics. He can't stay focused, can't stop drinking. Those are the things that bring the downfall of Sergey. On top of that, him being a known racist, but whatever, you know what I mean? Those are the things that bring down Sergey Kovalev. He brings himself down. You did. And see, this is why you know Ward got the best of him. Because, trust and believe, he was over that thing trying to get down with Virgil Hunter. He was trying to learn what was it that made Ward approach that fight that way. He couldn't figure that out. He couldn't figure out, how was this man so brave? How was he in such good shape? How was he so fundamentally sound? How was he so poised, calm, cool, collect? And Sergey it's just not in Sergey to be that kind of person, man. I don't know, mentally weak, whatever you want to call it. He's just not that kind of person. You know what I mean? Cadillac Red says, facts. We was right there, man. Yeah, man. You feel me, Cadillac? You know what I mean? Like, to see that in front of your people, man. And that's why I'm saying, if Yarde pulls this off, it's going, and to make Yarde's even more special is to know that he is a fighter with 12 amateur fights. He has really no amateur background. 12 fights. This is going to be a hell of a fight, man. I can't wait for this fight, bro. I can't wait for this fight. Hey, Renee Bokshung says, yeah, man, I can't wait until Saturday. I can't even, man. I can't even. Lord knows, man. This fight got to come on, man. Come on. Let's see. Triple J says, politics and politricks don't work for American fighters doing Russian fighters in America doing Russiagate. I don't know what that means. Say it again. Don't work for American fighters doing Russia fighters in America during Russiagate. You serious? I can't make that one out right now, Mo. Lala D says that Boxing Logic tonight is 29. Oh, okay. He's not that young. Oh, 29? But you got to understand, when that may be his age, like age physically, a physical age, but boxing age. Like, he doesn't have an amateur background, and he doesn't have that many professional fights. It's like he's learning. He's got to learn a little bit more fast. I mean, you look at fighters like, for example, who've been doing this from the mud. You know what I mean? Like, you look at like a Tank Davis, or you look at, he's 22 years old. This is a kid that still is a world champion at 22, and he had an amateur background. Like, these things matter. And this is a kid that didn't have that. You take it like a Deontay Wilder. He's another dude. He didn't really have that much of an amateur background. That matters. That lays your fundamentals. And he ain't really did that. So when he's young in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. And this is what questions make everybody question, is he ready or not? I think he got good skills. I think his defense can use some work. Power in both hands. His footwork is decent. Good counterpuncher. He got good tools. The question is, does he knows how to use them on this level? It's a golden question. No, man. Yarde is 29 years old, not 21, so I don't know. But how he performs, he lose. It's key to how he comes out of this. Again, if he loses badly, his career will be short. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think he's just a positive dude, man. He's a mentally strong type dude. It don't add up with his character. Like, if you listen to him talk, when you watch him fight, when you watch him train, quitting and being just like so down on himself that he just cuts out of boxing don't line up with the man's character. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. But like I say, we still learning. So we'll see. This is all like, we all learning. We all learning about Anthony Yarde. Every fight we learning more and more. This fight will be the most telling out of all of them. You hear me? So we still learning. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn a lot after this fight. A lot. And this is why I'm saying I'm expecting Sergey Kovalev to win. If Yarde pulls it out, it's an upset. And most importantly, he gains extra respect because I'm not expecting him to win. No, man. I don't know. Let's see what y'all talking about. Yeah, man. Dundada says, what is, damn, this thing keeps skipping. What is the best fights to watch of Yarde's? They're all the same for the most part. If you really look at them, they kind of all go the same way. He's patient in the beginning. Once you get around to about the third, fourth round, he starts to figure you out, start to take more risks, and usually before you get to the middle rounds, you're out of there. It's like they're all the same because he ain't really fought nobody. You know what I mean? They to me all the same. There's not really one standout fight, but they all the same. You know what I'm saying? I was even accusing him at one time. I was like, man, y'all look like he getting bored in there. Like he was fighting such low-level competition. He was getting rid of them so easy. It was almost looking like he was getting bored in the ring for a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. To be lost in there, Scott Eckenstein says, to be lost in there, Kovalev starts fast. He does start fast. And this is why I'm wondering, will he last? Will his stamina levels hold up? That's what Ward figured out. Will it hold up? And look, Yarde is like not a small kid. Y'all can bully him around. Y'all may be the physically stronger man. This dude, wow, you see that man's shoulder width? Shoulder width is crazy. He's very muscular. He's a good size. He can put that size on Kovalev. But Kovalev loves to keep distance. He loves to keep range, and he's pretty damn good at that. His judgment of distance is damn good. I got to give it to Sergey Kovalev. The way he throws that jab to the stomach and knocks the air out of your lung, man, he's second to none in boxing. It's second to none when he's on his A game. But if he been drinking, and if he been lunching, if he been beating up women's pets, getting kicked off planes, can't get right, then guess what? He going down. You dig? Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? He going down. Thrown off planes and shit. Man, can't take that man nowhere, cuz. Can't take that man nowhere. You know what I mean? Let's see. Renee Box Young says, Yarde still got a great future, even if he lose. That's what I'm saying. It's all on him. It's all on him because no one is going to be dumping on Yarde for one if he loses because of the risk that he's taking. But he's a positive guy, and I think he picks himself back up. It just don't line up with his character to lay in the gut and state it. It don't line up. He's too inspired. He's too dedicated, it seems like. He's really, really inspired. Man, I've looked at now at this point, like to prepare for this live stream, man, I had to watch at least like 10, 15 Anthony Yarde interviews. Him and Atunde Ajayi. And every single one, they are extremely upbeat. They are extremely positive. They are extremely focused. Lions in the camp. And I think that he carries that even in defeat. So we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, y'all. We've been going for a while, hour and 15 minutes. It's about time to shut it down, man. God damn, man. This fight right here, man. I just cannot wait. Man. Let's get the last few couple comments in, and then we're going to go ahead and shut it down, fight fans. Dundada says, I'm just waiting until the weigh-in now. Yeah, all day. Man, please, both fighters, man, make weights, man. I hope there ain't no issue there, man. These two fighters have never had really weight issues, so come on, man. We don't need none of that type crap, happening for this fight right here. Lala D says, the last name Yarde is super popular in Barbados, Riri's country. His parents are probably from Barbados. Yeah, probably so. He looked like he ain't full. I thought it was maybe a little bit of Jamaican in there, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. And I never even knew that Anthony Yarde fought here in America. I heard him on the interview. He said he fought here in America once, and basically nobody showed up because nobody knew who he was at the time. But I never knew he fought over here. I never knew that. Boxing Logic United says, Canelo offered Yarde $3.5 million step-aside money. How much will he make for the fight? I would have took it and fought Eliander Alvarez as a step-up fight before Kovalev. That could have been a possibility, but you got to remember, Boxing Logic, that 3.5 may have been for Yarde, but what about Bob Arum's money? Let's not forget, what about Frank Warren's money? There's a lot of money that got to go around. It wasn't just Yarde. He had to pay off everybody. You know what I mean? To step away from this situation. And remember, this is a co-promotion done with Top Rank also. So a lot of money would have had to go around. And I guess once they started to do the numbers, they're like, nah, we ain't trying to fork out that much money for you, Kovalev. So Kovalev, you beat this kid, and then we can make this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a good number for y'all. Don't get me wrong. That's a hell of a good number. That's probably more than he getting this fight. I'm not even sure the purses of this fight. But that's a damn good number. But all I will say is, you know, he got to pay off the promoters and everybody else too. So that, you know, unless they're going to break that 3.5 down, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yo, man, hit that like button for the fam like the homie D-Block Express just say, man. Yo, man, everybody, I want to say thank you. I repeat, thank you for rocking with the homie tonight. It's Wednesday night. I know a lot of y'all got to get up for work. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight all day for We Talking Boxing, man. If you didn't hit the thumbs up on the way in, you hit it on the way out. You know what I'm saying? If you're just seeing me for the first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and rock with the homie, man. This is what we do each and every Wednesday night, also each and every Sunday. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes on Sunday, things get in the way, but for the most part, Wednesdays and Sundays, we are here. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody that signed up. If you hit that like button, definitely much love to you. Much love to everybody who's going to see this on the playback. Much love to Main Man Made Man's Boxing Forum on Facebook. If y'all ain't signed up, go ahead and sign up for me. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody out there, man. For real, man. Y'all have been keeping me going on this channel, and I really, really appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. All day. You know what I'm saying? All day. So let me just say this before we get out of here. Look, you got to go to work tomorrow, right? You got to go to work. You get there late. And when you get there late and that boss asks you, why was you late? You tell him, because guess I'm just late. You don't like it? You know, I can go somewhere else. You know what I mean? I can go find me another job. I can start my own business and be an entrepreneur and really get it. And he going to look at you and say, you know what? I can't afford to lose you. Just go ahead and take your spot. Period. And you told him. Y'all have a blessed week. Stay stressed and sucker free all day. Come rock with the homie. We will be covering this weekend. Come on here for the post-fight video. We going to be turned up. You already know how we do in post-fights. We going to be turned up. We going to break this down, and we going to learn a hell of a lot more about my main man, Anthony Yarde. Let's see what happens, man. Tune in all day. Let me read these last few. Dendada says, are you calling the fight? I might do that. I ain't did that in a minute, man. I might just do that. I ain't called the fight in a while. And when we used to do that all the time here, man, they were very popular. So maybe we will do that. That's a good question, bro. What should we tell our boss tomorrow? I just let you know. If you get there late, Renee, you let him know you got there late because you got there late. You know what I'm saying? And your productivity means everything around this son bitch. Nothing moves without the hard work you put in. Always know that. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you, famo. Peace to everybody out there. Have a blessed week and much love to each and every one of y'all. And until the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Main Man Made Man. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man Made Man. And like I say each and every video, peace out. Peace out, family. How many people did you get fired, man? I see that Lala D. I don't know. I hope I ain't get nobody fired, sweetie.